and welcome back to Rubyvale Road. I'm Alexandra and today we are going to be sorting through all of my fabrics. So I've just moved back home to my parents' house and I have brought with me all of the fabrics which were stashed underneath my bed, and there are a lot, and they've currently been sitting in my parents' living room for the past 2 weeks while I got the courage to film this video and to go through all of them. So we'll see how it goes. I've got these big wire baskets from Bunnings to sort the fabrics into, which then go into like a set of drawers in my bedroom. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think first up though, we need to sort all the fabrics. And I'm planning on doing what with Wendy inspired me to do. So she sorts out the fabrics into like their weather, or what is it called? Seasons. Into seasons. So we'll do heavyweight winter fabrics. Don't know if it'll fit all in one drawer, but we'll see how that goes. And then summer lightweight fabrics, which will probably definitely not fit in one drawer because I do love my summer fabrics. I think for starters it'll just be sorting it out, working out what the hell I've got and what I actually want to make things out of, and then trying to find places for it. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's get into this. I'm not sure which bag to start with first because there are a lot of bags. I think maybe you know what? We should just start with the loose fabrics that are just sitting around. That's probably the best place to start. Alright. Okay, so first pile first. This is such a beautiful fabric. This is like a silk linen, I think it was, which my sister bought to have a dress made, and yeah, she did have a dress made and it's very lovely. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit me, which is really sad. I did let it out as much as I could, but whoever made it didn't leave very much in the seams, which is a shame. But anyway, it's really cool. It's got an animal print on it. I do actually have more of this fabric somewhere, which I was making a skirt out of. It's not this one. So I still need to finish that skirt. I have a lot of projects which really need to be finished. That's okay. This is like a blue cotton, just a plain cotton fabric. I was given this one. It was really good when I was in high school. I actually ended up making a dress out of this. It was really good. But I probably don't need this anymore because I just used to use this as like a scrap fabric, which is great. But I think I have more than enough of other fabrics that I can use if need be. So I think I'll be giving this one away. You gotta pass it on in the generations, you know, the kid's starting to sew and the next kid's starting to sew. I think I was trying to make phone cases out of fabric. Didn't work, did it? This fabric's great. I love this fabric. My boss gave me this fabric. My old boss gave me a lot of fabrics. So it's really cool. Could probably make a headscarf out of that. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just going to fold that one up. Copy. White cotton voile. My absolute favourite thing. I have a lot of this. If I ever go into Lincraft, and especially if there is ever like a 40% off sale, I'm just always buying white cotton voile and black cotton voile. Yeah, just always comes in handy for linings, for when I'm making patterns. It's like the first thing I'll cut out of for the pattern. I'm not folding this up very neatly because I will probably just be putting it into a bag, as I do with my voiles. This is another voile. This is a black cotton voile. Again, I just use these for linings. I learnt my lesson last year. Don't line linen with linen, just use a nice light cotton voile. It is, I don't know, I just feel like it sits a lot better. It doesn't become so thick and bulky, especially because I made like a princess seamed bodice. So you've already got all the seams. Yeah, and it's just a bit thick to what I would like. The most important rule of haute couture is reducing bulk. So yeah, don't go using really thick fabrics. Like I said, not folding very neatly. because I will just be chucking that into a bag somewhere. This is so gorgeous. I bought this in a thrift shop down in Sydney, and it is a little like scarf or handkerchief and whatnot. But I just love the colours in it, and I think it's so pretty. And I really want to make my niece something, maybe like a little dress or a little skirt, but I think I got to think very cleverly with how to position the print, because I want this at the center, of course, but then it's got like the really cute border print, so you could put that around the hem. But yeah, love this. So I fold that one up. I'm not sure. I feel like I should also have a section or a drawer or something, maybe the smaller drawer, where I put all of the fabrics where I already have an idea for them, or something that I really want to make. Maybe I categorize that into something, but we'll see. At the moment, it's just kind of a mess. This is beautiful. This is a black silk, which again I just use as a lining. Marie Kondo is not going to be proud of my folding skills. Or my throwing out skills, for that matter, either. I'm a hoarder. I'm a bit of a hoarder, especially when it comes to fabric. But who isn't a fabric hoarder when they're a sewer? It's just part of the game. This is beautiful hot pink silk satin. It is absolutely stunning. This is my favorite color. Hashtag Rubyvale Road. This fabric, freaking love this fabric. I bought this. I was actually thinking of wearing this to my brother John's wedding. But then everyone went, yuck, no, you can't wear that, it's too casual. And I do agree with it being too casual. But I do love it. It's like a beautiful, just a, it's 100% silk, but I think it's like a crepe sheen or something. Yeah. But it's lovely. And I really want to make like one of those skirts that they wear, like those really casual skirts. I don't know. Maybe with like covered buttons down the front and like a slit, you know, like a fold. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's just a little bit, like it's obviously going to need a lining because it's quite thin. So it would be just finding the right lining to go with it. Unfortunately, probably not going to be making anything with it in the close future because I don't want to cut into it until I know I can do what I want to do. I got a few ribbons here. This is a lining. This is also a lining. So I'm just going to put linings together. I made a dress out of this. Interfacing fabrics. I'm going to chuck that over there because I know I've got more of them. This is the silk. Is it a silk chiffon or a silk georgette? I'm not sure. It's one of them. It's very pretty. This is it. This is the skirt I was making, which of course was a gathered skirt, which I did a shocking job of it. So I need to go back to the drawing board on this one and start again. I kind of really want to make it into like a little straight skirt with a little flare around the bottom of it, something like that. That was it. I've got a pile over there for projects I didn't finish. Alright, in this bag we have this beautiful black silk crepe, which again, one of my favorite fabrics. I don't know, it feels like it's got a bit of stretch to it or something. Yeah, it has got a little bit of stretch to it. Anyway, I made a gorgeous dress out of this fabric. It's not the easiest to sew with, and I did a circle skirt, and when I hemmed it, the hem looks terrible. But anyway, I made that dress like in freaking record time. But yeah, this fabric is so lovely. I also used this fabric to line a dress made out of this fabric, which works really well because this had a little bit of stretch and it was a fitted dress, so yeah, it's really nice. And that's, yeah, this is the beaded fabric. It's beautiful. Just look how drapey it is. It's so beautiful. What a flow. Coco Chanel would freaking love this fabric, I reckon. If I can say that. This is a beautiful black polished cotton which I made a dress out of, and I love it. Yeah, I haven't got too much left of it, but it is gorgeous, and it was only $10 a meter from my local fabric shop, so that was amazing. These are fabrics that my sister bought me in Japan. They're so beautiful. So it's like the little, this one, and then there's all the ginghams. There's like a blue and a pink and a green. So that's really nice. This is cute. This actually feels amazing. Feels like a cheesecloth maybe or something. It's really cute. Like a little bit of fluoro on there. And here's a similar one to that, but it's just green. And then these ones are just little blue prints, which are gorgeous. Yeah. So we've got these little bias binding. Sorry, I don't mean to give you the finger there. This one and this one. My mum hates the colour black, so she never bought any black fabric. It's just impossible not having anything black, I will say that. I really want to get a bag and start keeping all of my offcuts, because I see on Instagram that the soloist keeps all of her offcuts and then she uses it as stuffing, and that's a brilliant idea, because I used to do that when I was little. Actually, Mum, whenever I used to make anything, Mum wouldn't give me wadding because that was cost money. So yeah, we just used scraps when making like little dolls, beds and pillows and things, as I used to do when I first started to sew. So I'm going to keep these all over there and we can use them as scraps. Oh, I love this fabric. It's so cool. See, it's got little palm trees on it. Yeah, I really want to make a little straight skirt out of this to wear it when I go overseas. This is an offcut of my Christmas party dress, which I love. It's so cool. This is just I think it's polyester jacquard, but it was really gorgeous. Came from Lincraft. That's a secret. It's like an offcut, but it's not just rubbish. So I've got boxes, like which I haven't got here with me, but I put like nice fabrics that are just sort of strips and small pieces in together, because you can always use it to decorate something, or maybe to make scrunchies if I ever get around to doing that, but something like that. So I'll just put that to the side. It doesn't go any smaller. These are nun habits that I made, my roommates and I, when we went to a Halloween party. Does that work? Dressed as nuns. I made a skirt and a top out of this fabric. It's so pretty. My mum bought this in Singapore. Alright, now to get into the big bags. So I've got this big bag. First up, there is something really sharp in it, and I just scratched my foot. That's alright. I think I'm just going to be really dramatic with it and just do that. This is a beautiful velvet. I think it's a rayon velvet. It's from Lincraft. It's got a bit of stretch to it. If we go... Oh no, doesn't have that much stretch. That's good. But yeah, I just bought enough. I was thinking of making like a little skirt, like to wear under tights. But just with an elastic waistband. Which I always said no elastic. But I think that would just be the easiest. The only thing I have had trouble with the design is working out how to hem this velvet, because I don't have a cover stitch machine, and I'm not sure like if a roll, I don't think a roll and roll would work, or if I should just do a hand stitch. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that one out yet. But that looks like it's this looks like it is the first of our winter fabrics. So I'll put that to the side. Very nice velvet. I have lots of offcuts, which are really pretty. This is a gorgeous paisley. So again, like I said, fabrics that are like offcuts but not scraps. I just fold these ones up and put into boxes, and I can use them as trims or little, make little projects out of them. Oh, this fabric is so beautiful. Let me find the other one. Alright, so we've got this, which is gorgeous. It's got like a little shiny detail on it. And this one is similar. They're very, very light fabrics. You can see they're like really see-through. And they're so soft and beautiful. I just love the colours of them. I actually bought these on my first ever trip to the fabric store, which was back in 2016, and I still haven't used them. But yeah, I'm not sure, maybe like I think a really soft cotton summer blouse would look really nice, but you probably just need like a little cami or something to go underneath it. But yeah, they're gorgeous. This is so beautiful. The colour is just so rich. I love it. So summer fabrics, go into there. Got another piece of velvet. This is in a deep red again. I always have this thing about velvet and capes. You can see like that. It looks really cool. But I haven't quite got into that yet. See, this looks beautiful with this velvet. It's kind of cool. But this is gorgeous. This is a tartan silk dupion. One of my mum's friends gave this to me, and it is just stunning. I've always like imagined it, I guess, like throwing it back a bit to the punk era, like a mini box pleated skirt with a big bow or something, but I'm not sure if that's just too much, whether I should do something a bit more classic. But I feel like it is quite an old lady's fabric, so unless you do something really short, look a little bit grandma-ish or Christmassy, maybe. Anyway, lucky for Australians, winter doesn't fall around Christmas, so people won't be thinking it's Christmassy. They'll just be thinking, ah, again another off-cart. This is a linen with beautiful floral. Got some beautiful white linen. This is nice. This is very, very nice. It's quite lightweight, this linen. It hasn't got that weight to it. That'll go in summer, of course. This is this beautiful blue and white striped fabric I used as a cushion cover, which you can see in one of my YouTube videos. And there's a big sewing needle in there. This is a pink linen. This is quite nice, actually, this pink linen. It's got a more of a coarser texture to it. Not so thin. I just bought this as a remnant, and so it was only $13, which is really cool. For a good piece of linen. How much did I get? I got 1 meter. 1 meter by 1.3 meters. Probably not enough here to make something, because I already tried making something out of it. I should get making babies' clothes for my nieces, because then I could use up all these smaller pieces of fabric which can't fit human girls, like obviously human, adult girls. It's a beautiful piece of linen. This is a beautiful colour. I made the apron out of this fabric, which is on my YouTube channel as well, so it's really nice. Got this orange, which I love, especially seeing all these Valentino dresses, Olivia Wilde and the other young girl, I don't know what her name is, out of Big Little Lies, in this tangerine colour. This is probably a bit deeper than what they wore, but it's beautiful. So really want to make something out of that now. I'm thinking like a little casual dress. I think it deserves a beautiful dress. This is like a self spot in a cotton velvet, a self spot, which I made a little skirt out of last year, and it's amazing. Yeah, love this fabric. Bought this from the fabric store a couple of years ago, and yeah, finally got around to making a little straight skirt out of it for winter. This fabric, I saw this fabric and I loved this fabric, but then I didn't end up making anything out of it. I was going to make my 22nd birthday dress out of this, but decided against it. I still think it could come up in a really nice design. It's beautiful. It's like a what is it, like a flocked? Is that what they call it? So it's got like, you can see it's sheer, but then it's also got velvet, and it comes through the colours in navy, green, and deep purple. I have this thing that when you get dressed for a special event, there should be like a sense of theatrics to getting dressed. So like playing a character or something like that. And I think if you wore this, you would just be a vampire. This is black linen, big piece of black linen. I don't know, I bought this black linen from Spotlight and it was really cheap. It's like $15 a meter on sale, but just hasn't got the quality of like this beautiful linen. You can just feel it straight away. It just, you feel like I did make, I bought this black and I bought a khaki and I made a little skirt, which I love, out of the khaki, but after a couple of years of wearing it, and it is a well made skirt, that the fabric just comes rag and it's really sad. So probably won't be buying black linen from there again. I think I would like to get some new black linen, just to make things, you know, like as soon as your fabric is cheap or looks cheap, your garment is always going to look cheap, no matter how well made it is, no matter how beautiful the style is. Like, it all starts with the fabric, and if the fabric just hasn't got it, your dress just isn't going to have it. It's just not going to have it. Black acetate lining, put that with their linings. This striped linen, I love this. I don't know how much fabric I bought of this striped linen, but I've made a whole dress out of it and there's still bloody heaps, so I'm thinking I should make a little skirt or make some things to sell with it. This is terrible. But I don't like using the same fabric twice. I think then people can figure out things are homemade, but I did have a girl when like the first day I wore this striped linen dress, and she straight away was like, "Did you get that fabric from the fabric store?" And I was like, "Yes." So yeah, anyone can tell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, this is the little pink dress, the pink linen, which I cut up and I was trying to make like a little shift dress out of. It's still got heaps of pins in it. It really didn't go very far in the making process. This is just some lovely cotton flannelette I bought to make some pajama pants, which I haven't made yet. I'm pretty sure this is a silk. I think this is a silk lining. How am I so stupid? Anyway, I bought that from Scaff's Fabrics in Brisbane, in Indooroopilly. Yeah, that was a pink silk lining. So that's gonna go with that one. I love this fabric, and I started making a pair of shorts out of this fabric. But I think my shorts might be a bit small, and the bloody fabric has a pattern to it and a direction. So at the front it all goes this way, but then at the back it goes two different ways, which is terrible. But anyway, I stuffed these up really bad. I forgot that I had to put elastic in these, so these haven't got any space for, like, enough space for elastic so that it gathers. So my other option is putting a zipper just in the side, but like, I don't think they're ever going to be pants that I can wear out, so I don't really want to put a zipper in them. But yeah, maybe I just like make them into a pair of shorts and put elastic in them, and then find someone who fits them, a child, to fit them. The winter fabric, I'm not sure what type of fabric this is. It's kind of like a tweed. It's got like a little speck through it, which is really cool. Would love to make a beautiful winter dress. Like, I'd have to have a sleeve and like a beautiful collar probably. But they are things that I don't know how to do, sleeves or collars. So for the time being, it will just sit in the winter pile until I can do that. Ah, this is gorgeous. This was also a remnant. I don't know, I think it's cotton because it's so soft. It's beautiful. And it's ribbed, just a jersey, like, sort of thing. This is really cute. I bought this fabric from my mum and I made a dress, but she didn't like the dress because but it's got little tigers on it and cheetahs, I think, or leopards, but yeah, it's so cute. I'd really like to make a little top out of this, I think, to go to Singapore, just so, like, you know, when I go to the zoo, gotta be on theme, gotta think ahead for places you are going and outfits you can wear to said places. So this I think is going to go in imminent makes. I'm not sure if that's the right word. What's the word when things are soon? I think it's imminent. I think it's imminent. This is really cool, and my boss gave me this. It's like, it's plastic, but it's got a great texture on it. ASMR. yeah, I think if you made like a really cool bag or clutch or something, it'd be great. I'm gonna put them with the plasticky PVC fabrics. This is the green caper linen from the fabric store. It is so stunning. It's beautiful. I made a dress out of this and I love it. It's just such an incredible colour. It's so green. It's like the greenliest of greens. These fabrics are cool. These are Cath Kidston fabrics. So this is London Town on a piece of fabric, which I made a cushion, like a bolster cushion out of when I went to college. It was really cute. I still use the cushion. Yeah, so there's London Town, which is so cute. And then this one is my favourite, and I haven't touched it. I just get too scared because I love these fabrics too much. But this is all the nautical Cath Kidston. And it's got the boats. I love the boats. And we're back. I just had a really long break from not filming this, and now we're back into it. So, hair's out. That's the big reveal. This is a beautiful cotton, I would say, I don't know, just like, I don't know if it's like a cotton drill. I don't know, I don't think it's quite that heavy. Maybe cotton poplin? Yeah, it's not exactly a shirting, but it's a beautiful pinstripe, navy pinstripe. I need some fabric to make a pair of boxer shorts, and I feel like this is too good, but it would be really, really lovely boxer shorts. I always wanted to make like a little straight skirt out of this, or maybe a wrap skirt or something. Anyway, haven't touched that because it's really good. And then I also have this beautiful fabric, which I got from the fabric store about a year ago, I think, maybe a year and a half ago. I always call it like the watercolor because it's just these beautiful colors that look like watercolor. I think this was a silk cotton blend. It's got a really lovely crispness to the fabric, but I really want to do like just a little top, and I think going to Singapore it would make a very, very pretty little top to wear over there. So this, again, I'm going to put this fabric into the pile of things to make imminently. Little scrap of denim. Always need little scraps of denim when you need to repair your jeans and things like that. So, oh, excuse me. So hold on to the scraps of denims and let out the burps. Next big bag. These are really cool, actually. I was pretty proud of these. I made these in grade 10, so when I was 15 years old. Book covers for school. Didn't have enough fabric, so just used this fabric instead. But it's got this really cute teddy bear print on it. Yeah, so these are just fabric book covers rather than wrapping them up in plastic or brown paper like I always used to do. Yeah, so they were just little book covers that I made with just a fold out flap in there and just hemmed. Really rough. Didn't even double hem it. Just left a frayed edge. But you know, it worked, so it's fine. Oh, this is really cute. See, another project I didn't finish. This is from a Japanese pattern book. So I just kind of made it up as I went along, but it's really gorgeous. Should also give this, I think it would fit me as a top, but I don't think I'd ever wear it. So, should give this as well, should finish it off. Need to hem. Oh my god, look at this little fine hem I did. And you know what, this is in the days when I didn't just like roll and stitch and roll and stitch. This was like folded and ironed and then stitched, and really did a really terrible job there. But, yeah. And it looks like I put a bias binding around the neck, but I don't think it's bias. I think it's just, it could be bias, but I know I'm definitely not that clever to make bias, so I have no idea. Yes, so that needs to be hemmed and finished and given to someone. I think I really do love fabrics that have like a self spot. Like I showed that navy cotton velvet before that has like a self spot, or that bright yellow or pale blue really soft fabrics that I bought from the fabric store, which sort of have that like the same colour but in just a little bit of different texture. I think it's a nice way of making a fabric just that little bit extra special. This is so beautiful. This is the most amazing fabric. This is silk shantung, and this is what my formal dress was made out of. I think this is pretty much all I've got left of it. I think my mum had some of it, but it's so beautiful. Anyway, these fabrics in here are just sort of like oh, this is really cool. I love this piece of fabric. This is like sample fabric, you know, like when you want to furnish your home and whatnot. That's something I think. Yeah, it's got these big elephants on it. It's so cute. I made a cushion. I had another piece of this, and I made a cushion out of it, which was really cool for college. And then this is the other one with the elephants. Sadly, they're not quite scented, but that's alright. I'm not such an OCD person with stuff like that, so it doesn't really bother me. But love the colours in that. Winter fabrics. I got this freaking huge, I don't know how many meters I bought of this. I don't know why I bought so many meters of this, but it is a beautiful corduroy. I can't remember. I know this is from the fabric store. Also bought on my first time I went there. I know this was a designer, but I cannot remember which designer it was. But it's such a lovely navy fine corduroy. So I should probably make a pair of trousers out of it, because that would be the most sensible thing to do with a piece of fabric that I bought so much of. I think originally in my head I always wanted to make it, but I bought this at the time of those like little panelled A-line skirts, which are really in fashion with like the silver buttons down the front, and I think I'd seen it on Alexa Chung, of course, because I love her, but haven't made anything, and I don't know why I would buy so much to make just a little A-line skirt, because I wouldn't need that. Anyway, that goes to winter, clearly. This fabric I bought, and I love it. I saw it, and I loved it, and I bought it. But again, it's one of those ones that I'm like, I'd probably be willing to sell this or whatever, because I know that it's probably not going to be something I totally love. I don't think it's natural. It's like a, what do you call it, a jacquard or a brocade or something. It's really cool. It's got, again, it's like the colour with like the imprinted print on it, and it looks great actually. It looks really gorgeous on the other side of the fabric. You can probably see a bit more different tones in there, which is lovely. It is gorgeous, and again I was thinking like a little skirt, maybe like a tulip skirt so it sort of sits out a little bit more, maybe some good pockets too would be gorgeous, but yeah, haven't quite got around that. Again, I don't know why I bought so much of it. I don't know why I bought so much. I think I was going through a phase because my mum buys me fabrics, which is lovely, but she never buys very much. She never really knows how much she needs for her clothing, so she just buys like, oh, this is a beautiful fabric, I'll just buy a little bit. And then I think, oh great, I love this fabric, I'm going to make a dress. And then I start making the dress, and there's just not enough fabric, so that's a bit of a disaster. It's happened to me quite a lot. This is a beautiful blue linen. It goes with like that pink and the orange I showed earlier. Again, it's a beautiful quality, and there's a lot here. This was gifted to me, so it's really lovely by a lovely lady who taught me great deal of things about sewing in the one time that I met her. She was fantastic. This fabric, I love this fabric. I bought this also on my first day at this fabric store. It's so cute. It's got like a little, it's like little French knots in the fabric, which is really beautiful. So it's got a little bit of texture. I'm thinking that this will be the one that I use to make my pajama shorts. Because I don't know if little dots would be annoying to sleep in. I don't know. I don't know if you'd feel it that much. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Gonna put that in pile to sew with imminently. And then this is what I originally had started making out of that fabric. Actually, was a little skirt, which is pretty cute. Only thing is, I had this straight skirt pattern, which I am much too small for now. So these skirts I was making just were ending up too big. So classic me, just sort of started it, went, it's too bloody big, and then didn't continue on. So that also, and also it was too long, and I wanted to have this frayed edge, but it's too long, and so I couldn't keep that. But I think what I'm going to do is I have to take the zipper out and resize it so it fits my waist, not my hips. So it sits on my waist, not sitting on my hips. Then of course it will be a little bit shorter and hopefully wearable, but also it definitely needs a lining, so I have to do that as well. Alright, I really want to just get to fabrics and not all these things, not all these projects that I started and didn't finish. There's the striped linen. There's not enough here to make anything out of it, but I put it with the summer fabrics. Again, you can use it as a trim or decorative, or you know, like if you're making a blue skirt, you could put this as the pockets or something. Details. This, I said I wouldn't talk about any projects I started but haven't finished. But this is the piece of fabric from my boss, which is really cool. It's like it's already been pleated sort of thing, which is really cool. You can see that. Yeah, and I was going to make just like a midi skirt with an elastic band. But I sewed this seam and it's so not straight. It's terrible. It's horrendous. So that one got given up as well, but I can finish that off actually. I'll put it in the to be finished pile. Fabrics. Here's another one of these fabrics. Actually, this is gorgeous. That's really cool. Hey, I like the colours in this too. And then I have like all these offcuts of things, which is nice, but also I don't know if I'm ever going to use these. But yeah, these can go. I probably need like decorative things. Got some gold sequins. Beautiful white cotton foil. This is like really good quality white cotton foil. I think this is like Egyptian cotton. This is bought at Gardens in Brisbane, and it's just, you can just feel it. It's just so nice. So when Mum went to Singapore, I asked her to get me some fabrics on one of her trips there, and this is what she came back with. Don't know what kind of fabric this is. I'm gonna say linen, cotton linen maybe, but I love it. It's so tablecloth, vintagey looking, like hipster. It's so cool. It's really gorgeous and I love it. It feels really nice. And then this fabric, I actually love this fabric. It's very different. I don't think I'd wear this. Let me just focus on this. I don't think I'd wear this, but it's got this beautiful green embroidery on it. But I think if you made like a beautiful bed throw or something, with gorgeous pink cushions, I think it would be so nice. It'd be really lovely, and it feels amazing. It's like a beautiful quality linen. I don't know if it might even have silk in it because it feels really nice. And then this is the other thing she bought me, which is stunning. This incredible green silk chiffon, which, oh my god, look at all that goodness. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Yeah. I just love it. But again, no idea what to make out of it. I think you gotta have a lining. That's the thing. You gotta find the green silk satin to go with it to make something out of it. But can you just imagine it just like draped all over the body? It's so pretty. It just feels amazing. Anyway, that's this bag. I just need to fold all of these up and then I think we're nearly done. So I'm just thinking about it. And I'm thinking, because I do have white baskets, I'm going to keep things in plastic bags, but it's good to just sort of sort everything out into their piles, and then I can put them into their appropriate bags and fill up these baskets. So that's the plan. Talking of bags, I found my lining bag, which I had already organised, but I'll just pull it out. So these have got all my cotton foils. So we've got some white here, which we also have. We have a lot of white. This is like, there's some off-whites and then some whites, but we've got them. This is beautiful baby pink. This is gorgeous. This is a beautiful light blue cotton foil, which cotton velvet. So it's got a black cotton velvet, which has got fluff all over it, which I bought to make a cape, which I never ended up making, but I would really love to make that, I think, this year. I want to do it like a circle. And I bought, I think this black cotton, or I think I even bought black cotton flannelette maybe or something. But maybe it was this black cotton, and I bought wadding. So I was going to make a cape and probably like with, so circle but with panels maybe. Red velvet, red cotton velvet, which I made a dress for, dress out of in 2015 I think it was. I photographed it for my blog for Christmas in red velvet. But that dress didn't turn out, it wasn't a dress I ever actually wore in real life, unfortunately, but it was a beautiful dress. Just wasn't really me, you know. Didn't fit very well for starters, and then it just wasn't really me. This fabric, this bag is really exciting. This has this incredible like cobweb beaded sort of fabric, I would say. It's all really cut into it, but it's so. Let me just Look how magical that is. Ooh, it's so cool. Incredible silk crepe in like in off-white or silk white, I think. Yeah, it's really lovely too. So that's very, very precious. Won't be cutting into this for any random project. It will be saved for a very, very special project, which I have no idea yet, but maybe one day. Oh, shivers. Another big bag here. This is also another thing that I thrifted. It's a scarf. I don't know if it's silk. It feels like silk. It's very beautiful. And again, one of those things, it's very big, isn't it? Which I was like, oh, I could make something out of that, but I haven't actually come up with any ideas yet. What's in this plastic bag? Oh, I like the fabric in here. This is this really beautiful blue, I don't know what it was. I don't know. But it's got a bit of texture to it. Let me do this thing. It's got a little bit of texture to it. My light's like right there, so it really picks it up. Yeah, and it's really cool. And I thought just like a little skirt with pockets I think would be really nice and very easy to wear. And I was going to do like a curved hemline on it. I've never done it. But that was the plan when I bought this. And I bought a lot of it. And this other fabric is just a really good 100% heavyweight cotton. I bought a hell of a lot of it. And I really wanted to tie-dye it. Which I didn't even know. Oh, I do. I do still have a packet of tie-dye. I got like this funny terracotta colour, which I don't really like. Probably rather tie-dye with blue. What have we got in here? These were some offcuts, which I salvaged because I freaking love it. It's rainbow fabric, rainbow sequins. Anyway, offcuts. Offcuts. This is a black silk jupion. There's not very much there. I think I was making a dress out of this. Oh my god. That was a mess. This was the offcut of that said dress when I cut the hem of it. I think I will put that in offcuts. Mum can have that if she wants it. Oh, this is such a great linen. This is a striped linen, which was my mother's. She had a dress or a skirt or something made out of it in like the 80s or 90s. This is the leftovers. Oh, this is sort of like the fabric that you can use for little trims and details on dresses because there's not much there. You can't make a whole dress out of it or whatever. You could really make like a little top. Might be able to make a little top. This is a beautiful linen. Oh, this is gorgeous. I think this is from Mum. This is 100% polyester. I never buy polyester, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this polyester fabric and then make little skirts, like long skirts to it. This would probably make good pajama shorts. Alright, so that was me sorting out all my fabrics. So now I've got nice little neat piles all like along here. So now I'm going to use all these plastic bags and everything that I've got, and I'm going to put these fabrics into here, and then I'm going to put them into my big wire baskets. I need to go and charge my battery, and then I will show you the baskets all full, and that'll be my fabrics finally organized, which feels really good and feels much more inspiring because now you're like, I know what I've got, and I've got all these ideas and that I can go through and make things and actually get to wear these fabrics that I bought for the reason to be worn, which would be very exciting. Alright, we'll see you soon. So these are the fabrics sorted into their baskets now. These ones on top, I haven't put them into bags, but then down here I have put these ones into bags, and it's all organized and it's fantastic. On top here I can just now put one of my cutting boards on there, not to actually cut anything, but just as like a little table extension, which is really cool. But yeah, feels really good to have it all organized, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for tuning into Rubyvale Road, and best wishes on all your sewing adventures, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.